How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Preddie OBE, hitting you with a quick one. Real talk, true season. Now, this is what I can't stand, and I gotta call it out. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I'm not trying to disrespect the woman. I'm not trying to disrespect her as a mother. But I must say, if you think it's okay for your 12-year-old son to have a fake BB gun or a fake gun and say that it's the government's problem, yeah, we'll get onto that. But as a mother, do you think it's appropriate that you bought him a gun? Why are you buying him a gun with the knife crime and the gun epidemic and him being a young black man at that? Do you know what? Before I even get into it, take a look at this video.
The mother of 3 has described how her 12-year-old son was arrested at gunpoint after he had been seen playing with his toy pistol. Alice Ajipong, who lives in North London, was asleep when armed officers burst into her home with sniffer dogs. She's been speaking to Greg McKenzie on how the ordeal has left her and her family traumatised.
Yep, so this is the gun, the BB gun. You see, he doesn't put any bullets in it. It's plastic.
Mum of 3, Mina Ajipong, says things will never be the same after being held at gunpoint by armed police inside the family's home in North London last Friday.
I don't know if there was 4 or 5 in the doorway holding, rifles basically, just aiming them at me, at my girls who came down the stairs. They had those vasers on, like also in sort of, armed police attire, and red beams, that's what I noticed, red beams on me, on my kids.
Her 12-year-old son Kai was handcuffed before being arrested and placed into the back of a police van. He tells me he's too upset to relive the experience by talking about it on camera, but did say the handcuffs placed on him really hurt and left marks on his wrists.
Yeah, I mean, he's, scared to go to the door in terms of who could be out there, because it weren't just one, even if it was just one gun, that's terrifying, but there was at least 3 to 4 that was just, on him. And obviously he was immediately arrested, taken away from his family, not really understanding what was going on.
Mina claims the police told her they were acting on a tip-off after a passerby looking through a window into her home said they'd seen a black male with a gun. They
decided, that level of force was necessary. Because I said, why couldn't you just come to my house and knock on the door and ask, we had a report, there's a firearm here, so I'd let you in. Terrifying to have lasers on you, because obviously, as far as I see it in movies, and I see it as the lasers on you, then they shoot, and then that's the target. So that's all I could think, that we're going to get shot. No point did I not think we wasn't going to get shot.
And what would you say to some parents who might say your child shouldn't have a gun that looks like this?
I would say if you shouldn't have a gun that looks like that, then Parliament should ban them and shouldn't allow kids to have them.
The Metropolitan Police has apologised to the family and has confirmed that 12-year-old Kai was arrested, then de-arrested on suspicion of possession of a firearm. But later transpired that gun in question was in fact a toy BB gun. Now, in their statement, they say the Metropolitan Police takes all allegations of racism extremely seriously, and it has no place in the force. They add, where the need to review or investigate the conduct of an individual officer, they will do, as they understand the importance of community confidence and impartiality. The matter has been referred to.
Then the young boy, there's another video of the young boy just sitting there and he's acting like he don't care, but now all of a sudden she's like, oh, he's scared and oh, we're gonna sue them. Sue them for what? Why did you buy the gun? Why did you buy the gun? This is what I can't understand. And then now you're talking about we shouldn't be selling in shops. So let's take it a little bit further then. How comes in this day and age that you're allowed to go into a shop and buy a BB gun or buy a gun that looks like a replica gun or a real gun? It's true, government. So it's okay for you to make money, yeah? It's okay for the corporations and the shops to sell knives, yeah? These big zombie knives, where are they getting it from? They're not getting it from the sweet shop. They're not getting it from normal shops, but you're allowing it to be sent over Amazon. You lot's policies is flawed. And it's disgraceful that the fact that a mother can sit there and think it's okay to buy a gun. You might as well buy him a knife then, rude girl. You know what's there? And then on the other side, that it's okay that our young people can get access to it so quickly and so easily, and we wonder why we've got a knife problem. We wonder why we've got a gun problem, because there's small things like this where we're not clamping down. So yes, the government, this is to all of you guys. How dare you be sitting there talking about your advocate for knife and gun crime? You want to stop the crime. You want to stop outbreaks of deaths on our streets, but at the same time, you're not pulling up the corporations or the companies that are holding responsible. We all know that Facebook, let's just keep it real. Facebook, you can buy knives on Facebook. You can buy knives on Amazon. You can buy knives on eBay. You can buy knives on Wishlist. You can buy knives on many of these platforms that we are not shutting down. You could also go to the shops. There's many shops and many local shopkeepers that are selling knives to our children. So my whole question is it one that, yes, our children are finding access to these kind of things, but if the mother's buying a plastic gun for her child and she thinks that's okay, then what's stopping parents from actually buying knives for their children? So it starts making me wonder, are you parents buying your children knives? Because I don't know how these kids are getting these zombie knives, these big boy weapons. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We need to check ourselves. And if for small things like this, parents out there, do not think it's okay to buy your child a toy gun or toy knife. That is not the right way. I feel like in this day and age, in 2020, that we are still at this age of we're buying our kids toy guns. Why would you do that? Why would you feel it's appropriate to buy your child a toy gun, regardless whether he likes it, regardless whether he wants it, regardless whether he's a responsible adult, regardless whether he's a young child? We all know if a police officer sees that, then it's code red. And then she's sitting there complaining, talking about, oh, they kicked off my door, they had guns. What do you want them to do? There's a gun in the house, you want them to knock on the door and be like, yo, well, go on. Just wondering if there's a gun in there. What? So like they don't know if someone's, mentally not well, mentally not stable. What if your son did have a real gun and he was ready to bark it? These are the kind of things, and these are the reasons why you could have been shot. All because you could have prevented it by not even going to the shop in the first place and buying it. And then you want to sue the police, and then you want to sit there and say, my son got arrested. Your son's lucky that he just got arrested. Put it that way. Like, don't play with your lives. With everything that we've got going on right now, I think it's ridiculous and outrageous, and we need to calm down on these corporations. We need to start looking at different policies on the reasons why young people are allowed to get these kind of tools within their hands. If you're under the age of 18, we need to start banning these sites, banning white knives.